I'm gonna put those glasses on. I've been going back and forth between the glasses, trying to decide. Stupid boy. I know. It's damn autocorrect. A week of video games, probably. Awesome. Are you off this week, gamer? Also, now that you're in it a little bit, how you liking working at GameStop? The only obligation I have is to go to therapy on Thursday. Excellent. How, if you don't mind me asking, Pitstick, how long have you been seeing the current therapist that you're seeing? I have to take a refresher course on psychological first aid, so that should be so much fun. Says with great sarcasm. Psychological first aid? That's an interesting card. I've never heard of a course like that. I gotta get through Tuesday. I have a bunch of paperwork due Monday and a huge final paper due on Tuesday. What's the final paper on? Can be like, what's the topic? My week sucks. Work and waiting for Path of Exile League launch on Friday. Every time I watch people play Path of Exile, it looks like the most confusing thing. And I know it's not, and I know if I actually played it, I would understand it. But man, I tell you, it is. It's like there's just so much going on at once.
All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
PSA is super awesome. What kind of PSA are you referring to, Victoria? I only work Wednesday this week, but the week after I work 26 hours total. I'm honestly really liking it. Friday, someone walked in with a puppy. Oh, man. Nice. Oh, PFA. Jeez. Okay. Psychological first day. Okay. Wait, that's actually a thing? Well, how have I not heard of this? How does PFA work? Like, what kind of stuff do they teach you? Therapy session number 3 tomorrow. Work Christmas party Friday. D&D one shot on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm going out with my friend to visit a guy we know who's been admitted to the psych ward of a hospital. Damn, that's a packed week, dude. Urgent delivery. Fresh pizza delivery. Oh, man. Do I deliver the pizza? Or do I deliver some time-sensitive stuff over to the Timefall farm? I'm thinking I'm gonna just do some deliveries to start today. Just kind of ease in here. It was the thing Anxiety was talking about a while back. It's so weird. Like, it literally does not ring a bell. Like, that is not something that stands out to me that I have heard talked about before. It's mainly for rapid response after immediate natural disaster or traumatic event. Oh. So, like... Alright, I'm clicking on it really quick just so I can see. A 6-hour interactive course that puts the participant in the role of a provider of a post-disaster scene. Okay. All right. So, like, helping people through a disaster. Holy shit. That's a lot of art. Okay, so that makes sense then. Thank you for sending the link, Victoria. Get some CEUs? Yeah, no kidding. Man, CEUs, by the way, for those who don't know, stands for Continuing Education Units. It's such a weird concept because it's like a thing that's, I don't know about what it's like in Colorado, Victoria, but like in Illinois, it's like a thing that's kind of tracked, but like not really. And nobody really knows how many you're supposed to have, or at least I don't. It's such an odd thing that I've never really quite been able to like people always say, well, how many CEUs do I have to have? And nobody ever seems to know the answer to that. What's up, Baker? How are you this evening? Let's see, do I walk it? Should I walk this? Let's see. It's around. I gotta go around the lake. Let's see if I can go around this side of the lake. It's clicking a box of you did 40 hours, no more of 20 being any particular category, and that's it. Interesting. From what I understand, all the teaching that I do qualifies as continuing education. So I've not ever been asked for it. Working the night shift. First one in 2 years. Thankfully, I'm just filling in for 1 week. How long's the shift, Baker? Or like what time do you get off? I remember doing night shifts at the crisis center. It was always, the next day was always so weird. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try and do that. I'm going to do this on foot, and I'm going to hope that I don't regret doing it on foot.
Brother, you're showing them how it's done.
Whoa, Troy. What's up, dude? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. What is that? Okay. Hi, Troy. Hi, friends of Troy. Welcome in. Good to see you all. I think probably most of you know me, but I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist in the state of Illinois with a PhD in human development. I play video games to talk about mental health and try to destigmatize it and make information more accessible and fun stuff like that. For those of you who don't know Troy, Troy is, I don't know, would you consider yourself to be a variety streamer, Troy? Troy's awesome. You should go shoot him a follow because he has a fabulous voice. He is a great chill streamer to watch. I enjoy watching Troy's streams. How was your stream tonight, Troy? / what were you playing? But yeah, anybody who came along with Troy, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. Have quite a hard day today, at least for me. Really want to find something for You Matter Monday and failing. Well, remember, Deezen, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. It can just be something small. Even if it's, I'm going to make an effort to give myself a compliment today. That's even good enough. You Matter Monday shouldn't be something that is intensely stressful. It should just be something that we all do. Oh, I'm going to have to take a car. Okay. Well, that was fun. Should be something that we do. Remember, it's the task of You Matter Monday is to do something no matter how small to remind yourself that you matter. But yeah, so even if it's doing some kind of self-talk. I've been reading a bit about Billie Eilish and listening to her music. She seems to take a very dark, depressing tone in her work. Being that she's a globally popular artist at this moment, do you think that artists like her amplify the trend that depressed youth look is cool? I don't know. I mean, the only perspective I could give on that, D, would be like anecdotal in my own opinion. My own opinion on that would be no. I think people connect to music in such a way where it feels like the artist and the music is empathizing with them. And to me, I would think that a person who's depressed might listen to her music and be more apt to feel heard and seen, as opposed to it being contextualized as like, oh, it must be cool to have depression. Because anybody who's ever experienced depression would know that it's not really cool to have depression. It's not fun. It's not something you wear as like a accessory. So that would be my opinion on it, D. Was playing Battlefield 1. Oh my goodness. I don't think I ever played Battlefield 1, Troy. Were you playing multiplayer or through the campaign? All right, let's get a car. Troy streams are excellent, Matt. What's up, Mother? Woke up and noticed you're online. Came to say hi before going back to sleep. Well, I appreciate you coming on to say hi, man. Always a pleasure to see your name, Mother. Good morning, Bonnie. Speaking of people who
you're gonna
part of the morning routine. How are you, Bonnie? Musculoskeletor. Thank you very much for the follow. That's a really cool name. I appreciate that follow very much. World War I is fascinating, so I'm drawn to Battlefield 1. It is fascinating. Like the weapons, the lack of technology, all that stuff, I think is really neat. I do think it's very important to watch how certain entertainment affects your mental state. I would agree with that. I mean, I really would. I see, that's the thing is making any kind of blanket statement about, you know, listening to somebody like her and the effect that would have on somebody's depression. I mean, is in so many ways dependent on the person who's listening to it. But for the most part, I think, I mean, in my experience of like, I mean, I work with musicians in therapy and stuff too. A lot of people will usually tell me that they really like how connected they can feel to it more than anything else. You can't lose that car in a parking lot. Watch me, Matt. Watch me. I don't know. I wouldn't say listening to Nirvana in college made me more depressed, but it was a needed outlet. Yeah. For me, I mean, I listen to sad music anyway. Like, even when I'm in a good mood. Allie always gives me a hard time for the fact that, like, she's always like, you listen to such depressing music even when you're in a good mood. I don't really understand how you can do that. And I don't mind it. I don't know. For me, music is generally about the vibe of it, less so than the lyrics. Lyrics are not the thing that I listen to the most when I'm listening to music. In fact, you could ask me what a lot of songs are about that I really like, and I couldn't tell you because I don't pay as much attention to lyrics. Thidian, good to see you, man. I'm awake. I literally just woke up and sent Mr. Lover off to work. How far into the game are we? We are at episode 5, Bonnie. So I made a little bit of headway last night. Moody music isn't a new phenomenon, I guess I'm saying. Right, exactly.
Weapons restrictions limited.
What do you pay attention to? So I pay attention to like the vibe, the instrumentation, like the arrangement of music more so than the lyrics. Like I don't know if this will make sense, but like, what the hell? But I listen to lyrics as like another instrument, if that, like, in music. Yuri, hello. There are a few music therapists singing on Twitch. What's your opinion on music therapy? I think music therapy can do wonders for people. I know I have a few colleagues. I have a few colleagues that. Whoa. Oh my God! I didn't realize that this was a thing that could happen. What? All right, hold on a second. I'm running. Can I get? Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay, so we're gonna fight this. Okay, so I think music therapy can do wonders for people. It can be a chance for people to access like their right brain, which may sound a little bit weird, but I once worked with somebody who we spent half the session sometimes talking about guitar and me teaching him how to play the guitar. It was pretty cool. And I have colleagues that will do music therapy where it's just a way for the client to have some other thing to engage in while they talk about what they need to talk about. I'm going to try to just run away here. This is not good. So, you've talked about mental illness kind of being seen as cool a bit recently. Could it be kind of like you ain't cool unless you pee your pants and Billy Madison? Not quite. What I meant by that when I was talking about it, Putt Dog, is that there was a trend, I think it was in either Japan or South Korea recently, where there were like people wearing these t-shirts that were all about mental health, and there was like this glamorization of mental health and like mental illness, where like they were trying to make it cool. And some people would argue like, oh, that's just mental health, like that's just mental illness being represented in a way that makes it more accessible to people. But like, not quite. Like, it was, I would have argued that it was a bit more problematic than anything else, because it made it this whole thing of like, you know, my my mental illness is tougher than yours, and it became this like competition and this badge of honor and people making these comparisons, and that's not, I don't think that's a good thing. I think mental illness needs to be represented, absolutely, but glamorized, no. Listened to a lot of music as a teenager. I never had a feeling that it made me sad in life. I think I didn't understand a lot that they were singing about till I was older and experienced it myself. That's certainly been the case for me. Like, there have been songs where I listened to and then I went back and I actually paid attention to what the lyrics were, and I was like, ooh. And then it would make me wonder if, like, subconsciously certain lyrics were speaking to me. Which very well could be the case. Oh my God, Sam, come on. Whoa. Who just got... Oh, D. Did you get it? You gotta get permission, man. What link you trying to post? I was drawn to depressed songs because I was depressed. Never vice versa. Yeah, I would say, like, if I had to say anecdotally, I would say that more people would say that than they would the other way around. No, I turned off the ability for subs to link quite a while ago, actually. I like to, you can call me a control freak if you want to, but I like to be in control of the links that are posted in chat, because I don't like chat being oversaturated with links. I'm not saying you're doing that, but yeah, all right, there you go. See, Chico, I had a feeling you'd jump all over that. Call me what you will. Thought I was able to escape that boss fight. I was not into that. Although that did a pretty... Oh, I didn't even destroy the truck much. This is a Rolling Stone interview where Billy opens up about her mental health struggles. Nice. Okay, that's cool. See, I think that kind of thing is awesome. When you have people that have a large amount of influence and they're willing to discuss their mental health and represent it, I think that does wonders for people, because then they feel like they can talk about their mental health. I especially love when celebrities with large influence talk about going to therapy. Like, I love Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard for talking about how they go to couples therapy and stuff, and they are so open and honest about it, and I think that's a wonderful thing. When you say you like being a freak about having that control, you could say that, butt dog. You could. You like my paint job, Thidian? Like it too. I listen mostly to angry or sad songs. I quite like all the positive songs, but they don't feel right most of the time. I listen to a lot of stuff that are in minor keys. Like, major key doesn't appeal to my ear the way that minor keys do. Or Dorian for the musicians among us. Derp, hello. Good evening. Goof off, hello. Yeah, right. Exactly, Putt Dog. That's true, too. Don't we all? I don't know. Accurate representation and diverse representation is so important. So I'm always up for more of that. Damn, look at all these dropped off. I don't even know what you'd call these. Mail trucks? I'm doing pretty well tonight, Derp. How are you doing this evening? Cosplayer. I don't think the beauty products are who are going. I think it's the antique art is who's going to this person. So we're going to go ahead and put those on the back, and we're going to go deliver these. I feel like the concept of control is just almost a coping mechanism, and I have worked towards not freaking out about lack of control. So there's a such thing called control fallacy, Vex, which is considered in cognitive behavioral terms to be a cognitive distortion. And there's two types of control fallacies. There's one control fallacy that says I have all of the control, and then there's another control fallacy that says I have none of it. And the truth of the matter is, yes, it is both. There are things that we do not have control over. We are always at the mercy, to some extent, of what is going on around us. But we also have some control in the sense that we can control parts of ourselves and how we show up to various interactions. So it's a mix of the two. Sometimes people, as a way of coping, will go to one of those two. They will choose to focus on control as being something they have all of or none of. And neither one of those is healthy. Good evening, Anthony. Seeing people like Howard Stern talk about his positive therapy experience was crucial for me. I grew up thinking therapy was for weak, insane people and didn't work anyway. Yep. I grew up in the mid. That tends to be a sentiment in the Midwest, Pitstick.
Oh, thank you so much for coming.
And that was kind of what I always thought about therapy, too, was who the hell goes to therapy? Dr. Phil was really the only representation of therapy I ever had growing up. So I never really had a healthy template for what it was. The reason I ended up going into it wasn't because of any representation I had seen. The reason I went into it was just because it was something that I had apparently was naturally good at and wanted to make a career out of, and felt compelled to be able to help people in the way that I do. Just got home from work not too long ago. Nommed some good food. Got some nice tobacco in the pipe. Ooh. What type of tobacco you got in there? Let's go ahead and put this footwear on.
You'll drop by again, won't you?
Made a fresh cup of coffee. Excellent.
New order available.
I had, on Friday, I got coffee in the morning. And I always get decaf. I have to drink decaf because, as I've said before, it's like I'm on rocket fuel if I drink regular coffee with normal caffeine in it. And they did not give me decaf. And I was doing therapy sessions where I was like, it felt like I was on cocaine. Not really that bad, but I'm like, my heart was like, felt like it was going to beat out of my chest. I hated it so much. It was awful. I always go back to the Serenity Prayer despite not being religious. Yeah, you don't have to be religious to find something like that useful. Ooh, some family furniture. And we got to go to the cosplayer and then back to Southtown City. Oh, beautiful. All right, so we're going to carry that and that and that and that. Beauty. Oh, seriously, Chico, it is absolutely horrible. Me on anything caffeinated is absolutely horrible. Oh, boy. Okay, right hand. Left hand. Offload, 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 offload. I'll come back for him. Just gotta load this truck. I get hyper from chocolate. Oh, wow. Chocolate doesn't really do that to me, but put me on enough sugar and it'll happen.
Order assigned.
Should I donate $5 for you to get a 20-ounce Red Bull just for a fun caffeinated stream? To be completely honest with you, Goof Off, I wouldn't do it. Because that would not be fun for me at all. It would not be worth the $5. So no. Are you serious right now?
Of course.
So no, Goof Off. Caffeine has zero effect on me. I don't wake up from it. I can easily drink a Red Bull and fall asleep 5 minutes later. Oh my God. If I did that, I'd be miserable. I'd be tired, but like unable to fall asleep. It would be, oh my God. See, that's the problem is if I'm tired and I drink caffeine or I intake caffeine, I end up just being shaky while tired. It doesn't wake me up. It's really a terrible feeling that I hate a lot. playing around because I got the same way you were describing. I feel like I had an entire day if I drink regular. Yeah, okay. So you could empathize. Yeah, it just would be one of those things where I'd be like, ooh, okay, thank you for the $5. I can either refund that, or if you're cool with it just being the $5, I'm not gonna. I have only ever had one Red Bull in my entire life, and it was a very, very bad idea for me. So when I watch Sam here chug a whole shitload of Monster Energy, mind-blowing to me how he survives. Granted, he's burning off a lot of it, but my God. Red Bull tastes like shitty cream soda, from what I remember.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I like cigars a lot, by the way. I'm seeing that little conversation about like pipes and cigars and stuff. I love cigars. My dad got me into it. He's like a super cigar aficionado. And as soon as I turned 18 and could start doing it, it was a bonding thing with my dad. And my friends really like it too. Really cool bonding experience to smoke cigars, and they've been a significant part of my adult life. I sit and watch him shotgun a 24-ounce Monster and then another one an hour later. Oh my God. And yeah, like every time I've like when you smell like if I'm around somebody who's drinking Monster and they open the can, it smells like they just opened a can of toxic sludge. Reading a bit more into the article, I can't imagine the emotional pressures and stress Billy having to put on a mature self in public on stage with very little life experience. The article says she has her horses which keep her together. Yeah, I can't really imagine what that must be like either. To have the level of mass appeal that she has. That's tough, man. Being in the public eye and the way that certain artists and celebrities are. Oof. Don't you insult cream soda by associating it. All right. I'm sorry, Thidian. Oh, I love me some ginger ale, Wolfer. I really love ginger ale. All right, we're gonna go around. I got no interest in fighting BTs. We're going this way. Red dark chocolate helps with depression. That's not something I've ever heard. I'm not discounting it, but I'm also not confirming it because I've never actually heard anything about that. An audio industry contact of mine knows her sound engineer. She's well known for being challenging to mix because of her whispering voice. Oh, that's interesting. P-Deck, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate it. By the way, to anybody who has hung around through Troy's raid and stayed to hang out with us, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you a lot. Big host by me. Hey, P-Deck, I appreciate it all the same. Good to have you here. Dan, what's up, man? How are you tonight? Did you finish all the original Pokemon? Pokemon? Why the hell did I just say it that weird way? It sounded like one of my parents used to say, my Pokemans. Chocolate releases serotonin, so it might help a little. There we go. I should know more about the way that certain like parts of a person's diet can affect their mental health, but I have not spent much time with like the diet portion of stuff like that. I don't know how much of that is because I myself have a really poor diet for the most part. But I suppose I would consult with a dietitian if I ever really needed to. 124 out of 50. My God, man. That's dedication. I wish I knew which Pokemon was 124 off the top of my head. Ooh, bruschetta's so good, Put Dog. I love me some bruschetta.
Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons will be locked until departure.
I love bruschetta almost as much as I love my otter helmet. How much? Well, that's kind of a leading question, Vex. So I get asked about CBD oil a lot. For some people, it's helpful. For other people, it's not. And I know that's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's truly like I have heard people say that CBD oil has made a huge difference for them, that they're able to sleep better with it, that it's alleviated some of their pain, that it's helped them chill out a little bit, that it's actually been a positive experience. And then I've had other people say that it does absolutely nothing for them. So I think it's relative to the person. I'm not familiar with any research that says what the effects are. I have never used it myself, but whether it's bullshit or not, like, I think it's relative to a person's experience. Can we get a live stream of your trip to McDonald's? I don't have a data plan that could support that, Nix. Casual Hero, thank you very much for the sub, man. I appreciate the 3 months. It's very kind of you. Also, how are you tonight? I mean, sometimes when the public says this and this helps with depression, what they really mean is this and this helps when you're feeling a bit down. And that's exactly right, Bonnie. That is exactly right. Or you could also read that as this helps with my depression, but making a broad, sweeping claim that it will help everyone with their depression is the part where you got to be weary. Skog, I'm doing very well. How are you doing? Yeah, that's because CBD is a really new thing, Pitt. So it would make, like, studies take a long time to do that are of any substance. And you're talking about having to do longitudinal studies with stuff like chemicals and like CBD oil. So longitudinal means over time. So we don't have a ton of time right now under our belts to have any sort of meaningful research.
More than enough to cover us.
And then after the research is done, it has to be written up. After it's written up, it has to go through the process of being submitted to journals. When it's submitted to journals, it has to go through the process of being peer reviewed, which often means that then they have to be edited, they have to be changed, they have to be rewritten, they have to blah 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 blah, and then they're accepted, and then they have to wait to be published. Research is a slow-moving beast. Very slow-moving.
There's something we'd like you to have.
I place the order on the electronic things, Nix. I don't place the order to the cashier. I don't do that out of shame, but I do think it makes it easier for me to swallow, no pun intended, how much I eat from there. PDEC, I root for the Bears and the Raiders. The hat I'm currently wearing right now is a Raiders hat.
Good work. New order available. Please.
I'm from the Chicago area, so yeah, Bears and Raiders. I root for the Raiders because they're moving to Las Vegas. Like with hockey, I root for the Blackhawks and the Golden Knights. I have a very emotional attachment to Las Vegas after living there. See, did I just got home from a first date and it went really well and I'm happy. Yo, Skog, that's awesome. You got a second date lined up, or are we taking it slow? That's awesome. Okay, so special alloys. I don't think I'm just going to recycle these here. Did the Raiders win this weekend? No, they sure didn't. They got crushed by the Titans. Absolutely destroyed. Unfortunately. They have been absolutely wrecked the last 3 weeks. They got crushed by the Jets. They got crushed by the Chiefs, and then they got crushed by the Titans today. So unfortunately not. But the Bears, on the other hand, are doing pretty well lately. But I don't think the Bears are going to make the playoffs because the Vikings are too good, and so are the Packers. That is awesome, Skog. I read an interesting article on how different gene variations strongly affect the effects of SSRIs on different people. Yeah, SSRIs are no joke, man. They are very powerful. If you're on an SSRI and you ever want to get off of it, I always make this PSA. You got to do it with the person who prescribes it with you. Don't just go off of an SSRI cold turkey. Just saying. My favorite thing is people claiming these extensive studies on things they only now have just come out. Was just at a craft fair with people selling CBD and such thing. They go on and on about how they did crazy intense studies and how it'll drastically improve your health. Anytime it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It's a great rule of thumb to have in general. I can't believe I just got all of these on my back. Wolfer, thank you very much for the bits. I appreciate that.
Thank you for your
Actual links. Hello. Good evening. How are you? She asked for my number out of the blue at a party. I completely panicked, but fortunately she thought that was cute. There you go, Skog. That's awesome. I've taken almost every SSR on the market. They barely affect me. That is the case for some people. Yeah, that's why working with a psychiatrist or general practitioner is so important, because they can monitor it and they can see, does it work? If so, how? And they can kind of work together to make sure that you have the right cocktail that works, or to figure out if a cocktail doesn't work, why it doesn't work. Anyone at a craft fair who wants to take medical advice? I know, see, that's the thing, is it's like even with like essential oils. Like if they cured everything and they really did what they said, actual doctors would totally prescribe them. They would be everywhere. People would be like, holy shit, you can get rid of your eczema by putting this oil on your tongue? My God, we need to get this out to the masses because we could get rid of eczema. Dermatologists are just like, nah, man, we don't, no, we want to be in business. Like it's all that shit's a racket. Should always be careful with that stuff. I'm all right. A little horrified with the eruption that happened today here in New Zealand. You guys had a eruption in New Zealand? Holy crap. Are you okay? I know there's studies out there, but I don't think many of them have been long-term, though I can't say for other countries because I just don't know, honestly. I don't either, Wolfer, unfortunately, so that's why I don't have too much to say about it. Do you allow faith in your mental health practices, or do you not agree with it? Just curious. I personally don't do it, but if clients want to integrate their faith and religion into the work that we're doing, I have absolutely no problem doing that. Like, I'm a big believer that religion, faith, spirituality does a lot for people and can do a lot of good for a person's mental health. And I would never deny that part of a person's experience or conviction. So if that's something that's important to somebody in therapy and they want to integrate that, I'm down. I personally, in my own life, do not. Derp, if you're referring to quitting cigarettes and nicotine, it's one of the hardest things a human being can do. Quitting nicotine, my God. Like, my heart goes out to anybody who is addicted to nicotine because it is an absolute bitch to kick that habit. It takes a lot of work, a lot of distress tolerance. It's brutal, man. I know we had we were talking the other night, Chico, about how I actually do have strong opinions on certain things. I try to keep my strong opinions out of the stream as much as I can, but of course I have opinions. I don't mind sharing them with you guys. I think it's ridiculous to say that I'm not biased in certain ways or don't have certain beliefs, because I do. Pretty bad. Most people are all right, but it was almost 50 tourists and the like who were on and around the island at the time. One confirmed fatality and 22 other have been evacuated. Oh my God, Lynx. That's intense. See, that stuff's scary. That's like why, like Hawaii freaks me out. Being in the Pacific Northwest would freak me out. Like being around that kind of thing that's got that capability to just, you know, in a moment. Man, that's tough stuff, man. I'm glad you're okay, Lynx. That's definitely scary. I really hope that I don't have to fight a BT in here. I met a lot of people in grad school who were so vehemently opposed to traditional religion, mostly Christianity, that I couldn't help but wonder if they will ever work with clients who have those beliefs. Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of religion bashing. I think it's in part because people feel so strongly about they can't detach themselves. Like therapists, for example, can't seem to detach themselves sometimes from the liberalness of it, and they will often perceive the religion in general as just being overly conservative. But what they don't realize is, as therapists, we serve all walks of life. We are to be inclusive. And religion should not be a thing that precludes me from working with somebody. Now, I will say, if a person really wants me to inject a lot of religion into the work that I'm doing with them, like to a point where like I need to, you know, pray with them or need to have some kind of knowledge about their religion that goes beyond just me listening to what they have to say about it, then at that point we might be talking about me either trying to find a referral for somebody or bringing somebody in for a consult, because that is a limitation in terms of just my working knowledge of some of that stuff. Coder, good to see you, buddy. I said the Pacific Northwest has volcanoes and shit, and that scares me. That's what we were talking about with the Pacific Northwest. I've had therapists bring their problems into therapy. It's terrible. That is terrible. That if you were a client, you should absolutely never be in a position to have to take care of your therapist. Ever. Like, that is not cool. That is your space, not our space. I agree, Chico. You like that? You see what I did there? DrMick, do you have a Facebook group? I do not. I am completely off of Facebook. I created a Facebook page for the stream back when I started the stream, but I don't maintain it anymore. Facebook is a... What the hell? Facebook is a thing that makes me feel ugh. And so as a result, I stay away from it.
Thank you so much, Sam. You're the best.
I believe that, Coder. I would love to see it, but it still makes me nervous. Same with Mount Rainier.
I told myself there were bound to be a few scratches, but looks like I was wrong.
Some of the people, I got feelings that they would shove atheism down a person's throat in response, like, wow, that's so stupid to believe that. Oh, God. See, that's so disheartening, Victoria. I hate that so much. Yeah, no kidding, P-Duck. All right, Matt, have a good night, dude. Appreciate you being here. What percentage of therapists go to therapy themselves? I don't know the actual number, Pitstick, but I would say a pretty significant majority of therapists have been in therapy at least at some point in their life. I think all therapists should go to therapy at some point in their life, because you need to know what it's like to be on the other side of the couch. Like, I learned a lot about what it's like to be a client by going to therapy myself. Now, I will, to be completely honest, it took me a long time to go. I had never been in therapy prior to me going to grad school. But I absolutely believe that therapists need to go do it. But what percentage? I don't know. When do you think you're going back to Destiny 2? Well, I know that the new season starts this week, so I will probably start to mix Destiny in with Death Stranding, would be my guess. Look, I've been really enjoying playing this while streaming because this just feels really great for chatting and hanging out, but I took a little bit of a break from Destiny, but I have a feeling that I will be getting back into it now that the new season's coming out. So I would expect maybe I might even stream it once or twice, maybe even this week. We'll see. Sometimes the game I play for stream is something that I literally decide 5 minutes before I go live, because it's kind of got to be what I'm in the mood for. And lately it's been this, which has been a blast, because I get to deliver beauty products to cosplayers while I chat with everybody, you know? I love Facebook. Met a lot of great people, and they have awesome groups. Yeah, they do. It's just not for me. Facebook, when I deleted my Facebook in December of 2017, I noticed a marked difference as an improvement to my mental health, and I have never gone back and have never really even considered going back as a result. I'm not like a Facebook hater. It's just not for me. I had a therapist try to push religion on me to the point that I started to panic at the thought of going back. Oh my God. I had a therapist recommend tapping. I'd never heard of it, but it sounded like bullshit. So it's just like, probably not. And later I looked it up and confirmed my suspicions. I never really felt confident about his advice after that. Wait, what is tapping, Putt Dog? That's not something I've heard before. Does going to therapy as a therapist have an effect on you? You can't really get into it because you mentally identify everything the therapist is trying to do to overanalyze it. That can happen, Lynx. That's happened for me. I will also say, though, that if you have the right therapist as a therapist, you forget. Or at the very least, you're more open to it and less analytical about it. Because ultimately, even though I'm a therapist, that doesn't mean that I have a full grasp on myself and that I can look at myself from an outsider's perspective. So I think it just means that there's a little bit more work that has to go into the alliance. And I will say that there is some level of critique of if somebody's going to throw some bullshit at me, I'm gonna be more heightened to understanding that as being bullshit as opposed to being something that's useful. But no, I wouldn't say it's something that prevents therapists from being able to engage in therapy effectively. It was something along the lines of acupuncture cupping. Oh, geez. Okay. I personally think social media is a huge double-edged sword. It can unite people or suck them into a black hole. Yeah, I agree, Casual Hero. I absolutely agree. Social media is a finicky beast. Anti-aging creams and top-quality underwear. Let's do it. Tapping is similar in theory to EMDR. Really? Like, instead of moving the person's eyes, you're tapping different parts of their body. I guess I'd have to read more about it. This is a lot of underwear. Oh my God. Look at how much underwear I'm delivering. Good Lord. Okay. Social media would be a lot better if a lot more people weren't so toxic. Well, that's the thing, though. Groupthink is in and of itself toxic. When you get a massive group of people that all have similar conviction, they kind of let loose in ways that they wouldn't otherwise let loose if they were in isolation by themselves. So groupthink's a lot more possible when you're in social media spaces where people are sharing certain values and stuff. I don't know. It's just so controlled. Which again can be good, but all right, let's go make some deliveries. It's tapping on pressure points of the body. All I've ever heard it to be useful for is grounding yourself, but I'm not sure what other uses it has or may not have. I mean, I'm down for using bodily sensations as a way to ground. But, yeah, whether it's... Stupid bike. Whoever put this bike here. If it's used for grounding, that's cool, but it's sort of weird though. Like, so if somebody was like, hey, like, I believe as a therapist that unless it is a specific part of the intervention, I will never ask clients to do something outside of the room that I haven't done with them first. Like, I don't think it's very good practice to say like, all right, cool, so we talked about this. Now I want you to go home and do this, even though I haven't told you how to do it. Unless that is a very specific part of the process of the intervention itself. I had tap chest when I'm getting too anxious. Not sure if that's the same. It relaxes the muscles in the chest and helps me stand upright and not slouch. Yeah, I mean, if it helps in that way, I mean, altering our body can be helpful to mitigating the way that we're experiencing anxiety, because we do experience anxiety physiologically, so... You do know that there's no end to these deliveries. You can stop and continue with the story whenever. Yeah, I kind of gathered that, and that's why I am just kind of focusing on deliveries tonight, because I actually really enjoy doing the deliveries. So like last night, I moved the story forward a lot. Today, my goal is to try to get 5 stars on almost all of the different spaces in each geographical region. God damn it. I don't want to fight BTs. And I'm in BT territory right now. This sucks. Sure is, Titan. Good to see you, man. I think people have been using vehicles to grief in this game, so I think the devs are planning on removing vehicles being left around. There's always some way to do it. I think for the most part, the stuff that I've seen has been helpful, though, that people have been willing to put in. If someone says sneezing helps them feel better, great, sneeze away. Do what works for you. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I know. I've been wanting to make an effort to rebuild the roads. There's so many things that I have to get in order to do that. And collecting those materials is less fun for me than making the actual deliveries over the terrain. How is group therapy supposed to be helpful? I've never been able to wrap my head around it. Well, you get to be in a shared space, Wolfer, with people who have some degree, not necessarily the exact same lived experience that you do, but who have some kind of shared lived experience where they can kind of come together, talk about it, feel a sense of community about it, that kind of thing. Now, that said, that's what you get when you get like a support group, but there are other types of groups. There's these things that are called process groups, which are where people who maybe share some similar identity rather than a similar experience will come together, and then they will use that as, like, the therapist will use that as a space to help them understand the way that they show up in a group and relate to others, where really the only task of the group is to put your thoughts and feelings into words. But people find them helpful for a variety of reasons. It's just, oh, God damn it. Get out, Sam. Get out. Run. Pee on everything? Wait, if I pee on my truck, will they leave it alone? I actually have no idea what happens if I die Titan. I have absolutely no idea. I can barely talk about my thoughts and feelings to one person, much less a group. Yeah, that's why it's not great for everybody, but for some, it truly is a great experience because of the fact that it can help see. You can help in some ways, like, you can watch other people who are at varying degrees of development relative to the thing that the group's about. You can watch them talk about their process and their grief, and maybe even have that way of grieving represented effectively, if that makes sense. Didn't you die once? I died by failing a mission, but that wasn't, I don't think that was the type of death that happens out in the wild. So I don't know. Yeah, and exactly, Vex. Like, knowing you're not alone. For a lot of people, knowing they're not alone and having things normalized is super helpful. So far, I've tried 2 groups, but it actually made me mad. Like, there was one guy who got depression with 50, and all I could think was, you lucky bastard, you had 50 good years, and yes, maybe I'm not ready for groups. They're not for everybody, Bonnie. They're not for everybody. Like, I've thought about running a group for gamers. Of like, hey, man, we have a shared identity as gamers. Let's talk about our mental health and just have a space to be able to talk about the various stressors that we feel. And we all have the commonality of being gamers. But the reason I don't is because finding a time to do it and getting groups started is immensely difficult.
Pizza package delivered by Sam Bridges himself. Ask anyone here and they'll say the same. All this is for us?
This is a type of group, really, just not a process group, right? This is not a therapy group. This is just a group of awesome people. I had thought about wanting to do, I think I might have shared this with you guys before. I had this idea way back when I was in grad school that I would love to do therapy in video game spaces. So like if I was in World of Warcraft, actually being in a server and then going to a certain spot in Stormwind and then having a voice chat with people who bring their avatars into the space with me. Not doing therapy for their avatars, but doing therapy with them. So like doing couples therapy, where if you had a couple who plays World of Warcraft together, like they would you have their characters come into my office in Stormwind and we would do therapy for an hour. I always thought that would be awesome. Second Life psychologist, yeah. You just one-shot me, you piece of shit. I hear that you're angry. That's right. All right, so here's a chance for us to use I statements. Wow. While we're kicking each other's ass in Super Smash Brothers. All right, we're going to go to the distribution center south of Lake Knot City after we go, or I already did the cosplayer, so we're going to go up there. I'm actually pretty sure that that's where I'm supposed to go for... Oh, okay, no. We're going to do the pizza. All right, pizza delivery time. The pita. The Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me.
Pizza should always be kept flat during transport, as in level with the ground, to be clear. Keep that in mind before you try to stuff one in a backpack. Otherwise,
therapy during Smash would definitely be hard mode. Yeah, no kidding. How does edge guarding make you feel? That just reminded me of the metagaming in DBD the other night. What about it? We're going to go ahead and load the pizza onto the... Ooh, do I load it onto the vehicle? Or should I hand deliver this? I've got 1 hour. The container must be kept flat or the pizza will be spoiled. I actually think I'm going to have to carry this. We did finish the other pizza delivery. The psychoanalyst... Oh, analysis of Zine you did? All I did was point out to Zine that he had engaged in a level of affirmation. It was a way to illustrate what I was talking about.
Order assigned. Delivery parameters updated.
All right, the delivery's got to lay flat. I think I'm gonna drive. I'm gonna try to drive. We're gonna see what happens. Would I play Life is Strange Season 2 on stream? Potentially. I played Season 1 offline.
Have a pleasant journey.
Allie played Life is Strange. I think she played Seasons 1 and 2. Whether I'd play it on stream, I don't know. To be honest with you. Because I feel like if I played it on stream, I'd have to play Season 1 first, and I don't know that I would want to replay it.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
I'm okay with it being full of politics, but someone asked for us to play Monopoly during rec therapy, and I said something like I'd rather not, so we can avoid you guys going to a different type of hospital. Ooh. Since people get angry at that, they sure do. It's not really connected to Life is Strange 1? It's not? Independent stories. Oh, interesting. All right, come on. Avoid the BTs. I just want to deliver the pizza. Just want to deliver my Krusty Krab pizza. Because it is the pizza. For you and me. It's different characters. Oh, I didn't even know that. It's for the customer. That's right, Titan. There's some Life is Strange 1 Easter eggs with different main characters. Huh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. This is bad. Oh no. Don't flip the truck. Don't flip the truck. Oh, this feels so bad. Oh no. This is not. This is not ideal. This is not ideal pizza delivery circumstances here. Stay up. Stay up. Oh, man. I'm going to get all the way up there, and that guy's going to be like, this pizza looks like shit, man. And I'll be like, God damn it. I guess we're going in the water. And then this, and then, oh, no. No. This was so dumb. This was so dumb. Oh my god. Because I don't think I can drive up out of that. Unless I can drive all the way over there. This is not going to go well. Oh my god. Do I have a favorite game from this generation? I would say... Favorite game of this generation. So, like, are you talking about the generation of, like, PlayStation 4, Xbox One? Because I would say it's Destiny. Like, Destiny and Destiny 2 is my favorite. Soma was a lot of fun. I don't know that I'd say that that was my favorite, though. Detroit Become Human was really good. That was definitely an experience that I loved. This thing's not going to be able to drive through this, is it? Oh, man. Well... So much for delivering the pizza in a effective and timely manner. Because this is not good. Okay. Monster Hunter World, huh? I never actually played that. When it came out, I was somewhat interested in it, but I think it would be cool if you played some games that had mental illness issues too. I agree.
Yep. Not a juice.
Oh, man. Oh, man. Come on, pizza. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, hold on a second, you guys. Oh, no. Come on, Sam. Oh, this is so bad. I'm going to fall over with this pizza. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I will talk to chat in just a second. Is the okay boomer anger justified? I think that would depend on who you talk to. I think anybody who is willing to say anything about millennials and say that millennials are a problem or talk shit about millennials can't get mad about okay boomer. But I do think that using okay boomer as this dismissive thing for people is, I mean, I don't know that that's particularly healthy either. I don't think the hello boomer and the effing millennials stuff, it facilitates good discourse cross-generationally. So, all right, I'm just gonna leave the truck in the river. So what's worse, showing up with pizza you literally fell into a river with, or just not showing up with the pizza at all? I'm gonna have to. I don't know, because if I worked for Domino's, don't they have the delivery insurance? So I feel like I'd want to show up. I'd want my pizza guy to show up with the messed up pizza so that I could get my delivery insurance instead of having to go through the pain of worrying why my pizza guy ghosted me. Because then you got to like worry about him. You got to be like, oh man, like what happened to my pizza guy? Did my pizza guy drown? Did my pizza guy get in a car crash? Like what happened to my pizza guy? This way, at least you don't have to worry about the human being. And at the end of the day, like it's just a pizza. Like if you're going to lose your mind over the fact that you got a bad pizza, like you really ought to reevaluate your convictions. Especially if we've got carryout or delivery insurance. It's a great question, Didion. Do you have an earliest gaming memory? Oh, yes. I remember when I got the earliest gaming memory. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was the first video game I ever got. I got a Sega Genesis for Christmas. I didn't even know what video games were. And I got Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and I played the absolute shit out of that game. Absolutely just, that cartridge was destroyed by the time I was done with it. And I was forever hooked on video games after that. That's the earliest memory I have. Did you ever play Hellblade? I sure did, goof off. I did an entire playthrough of that. And I actually think I have the VOD saved somewhere. At least I hope I do. Where after I'm done posting the Detroit playthrough, if I have the Hellblade playthrough, I'll post that to YouTube as well. I had meant to do that way back and then went through a weird spot. But yeah, I played the whole game on stream back in the day.
Looks like a way through.
That's right, Titan. They ought to appreciate this delivery. I worked my ass off for you. Hopefully this pizza doesn't overly age in this rain. That's going to really suck if that happens, because I don't have any spray. I saw a thing on Reddit or Twitter where someone's Uber Eats was getting walked to their house. Was the thing like right around the corner? Because like there's a couple restaurants where if I delivered for Uber Eats, like they could totally walk it to me instead of driving. Didn't Robert Downey Jr. reevaluate his life because of a bad burger? I have no idea. That'd be hilarious if he did, though. I want my Giordano stuffed pizza. That sounds awesome right now, gamer. I'm actually hungry. And Giordano sounds fabulous. It'd be a great way to satiate my hunger, but... You know they made a VR version of that. I did. I do know that. I don't own VR, though. I loved Hellblade. Took me by surprise. It was great. It was really, really good. Beyond Two Souls is really good as well. Anthony, I played like 3/4 of that game on stream and then gave up because I hated the pacing of it. That game felt like it would have been a lot better if it would have been in chronological order. I love Destiny 2, but my hands get bad arthritis, so I had to give up. I gotta set limits. It ain't worth ruining my hands. Oh, man. I mean, I hear you on that, Yuri. I don't think any video game is worth destroying your physical health over. What's up, Panda? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Remember how I kept bugging you about Hellblade? I still haven't played it myself. It's one of those games I don't want to play because then they'll be over. That's fair enough, Bonnie. I do remember that, though. Oh, Portillo's is the best. Oh. I sent you an updated message on Discord. I'm not very good at communicating, so I apologize. No, that's all good. I got that. I got that message, Panda. I intend to try to find some stuff in the coming days. Like I said, it might be a couple days before I get back to you, but I will get back to you. Having a tough day, but I'm hanging in there. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. Journey is a relaxing game. I love Journey. I actually played Journey one day while I did the borderline personality disorder mental health topic lecture. I played Journey while I talked about that. Thidian, have a good night. Thank you for being here as always. Love having your name in chat. I miss Pequota and Super Dog. Wish I had a dog right now. I had Byron's hot dogs the other day for lunch, and it was fabulous. I love Byron's. All right. Hopefully it stops raining anymore so that I can just deliver the pizza. We're going to just go ahead and cancel out the other orders. It's fine. Hot dogs are still gross. They're not for everyone. But I love me a Chicago-style hot dog. They are just fabulous. God damn it. Just as I say, I wish it would not rain anymore. I cannot find a decent Chicago-style pizza in Houston. Oh, yeah, of course not, goof off. Are you kidding me? But you do have better Mexican food, absolutely. Do you know Gene and Jude's? No, I do not. Is that downtown? Is that in the Chicago area? I like proper Oktoberfest style sausage. Oh yes, absolutely, Skog. Are you kidding me? I'm actually really excited for the Chris Kindle Mart. There's one that's not far from where I live, and I'm really excited to get currywurst in a couple weekends. Me and Allie are gonna go. It's gonna be awesome. And some sauerkraut. Then the owner died. Daughter took over and got arrested for selling heroin and housing a meth lab upstairs in the apartment. Good Lord. Come on. Can't we just sell some bomb-ass chili dogs? Why we got to add in the heroin trade? Run drugs. Come on now. Oh, come on. Come on, Sam. Nice and easy. Don't you tilt that pizza. That pizza's starting to get old, though. I'm going to need to stop somewhere to get repair spray for that pizza. Hot dogs over heroin, right? That's a cause I can get behind. I think the rarest video game trend is a person who doesn't like Halo 3. Yeah, Halo 3 is the shit, man. I love me some Halo 3. Oh, these BTs are wanting my pizza. We're gonna stop at the distribution center south of the city. What exactly is on a Chicago-style hot dog? So a Chicago-style hot dog has onions, relish, sliced tomato, mustard, a pickle spear, celery salt, and sport peppers. That's what's on a Chicago-style hot dog. And they are so damn good. No ketchup. If you put ketchup on a hot dog, it automatically is not a Chicago dog anymore. It's fine if you like ketchup on your hot dogs, but you can't call it a Chicago dog with ketchup on it. Yeah, celery salt. It's legit, man. You should try it. Basically a salad on a hot dog. It is. The Vienna beef hot dog and then a poppy seed bun. Needs to be cucumber seasoned so I can experiment with making pickles. Love pickles. I hate cucumbers. I also hate how rainy it is right now. This is utterly obnoxious. Is there a BT over by this? Oh, Jesus. All right, we're going to go this way. I don't feel good about driving that bike. I'm just going to go to the distribution center, get some repair spray, and then we're going to be on our way. I told you where it was a second ago. Oh, it's in River Grove, so suburbs not too far from Rosemont, but amazing Chicago-style hot dogs and fresh made French fries. Ooh. All right, next time I'm going out west, I'll have to check that out, gamer. Did you finish your Undying Season Pass? Oh, yeah. I finished that like a month ago, Coder. I saw you finish yours. Congrats on that. I'm a bit frustrated I didn't get any of the titles. I really wanted to get the Harbinger title, but grinding that out just didn't seem fun. I got really tired of Vex Offensive. I hated that it was the same thing over and over again. Right? The pizza's not flat at all. I absolutely acknowledge that. I'm not in charge. I think what they're referring to is if I like fall over and it falls off my back. Chicago style hot dog or Philly cheesesteak. I've never had a legitimate Philly cheesesteak, so I don't have an opinion on the matter. This rain has got to stop. This is so frustrating. I don't know what these are. What are these? Oh, a Timefall shelter. Oh, how freaking lucky is that? That was lucky. I would take the pizza. I would take the pizza over the hot dogs, though, and cheesesteaks. Absolutely. Hold on 1 second. Keep running. People around me have authentic Philly cheesesteak on the menu. You order one and they immediately ask sauce and onion. I rage. No sauce on a Philly cheesesteak. Wait, really? No sauce? What kind of sauce would they put on it? Are they talking like au jus? Because like a Chicago Italian beef sandwich, you're supposed to dip the bun in the au jus. Like it's supposed to be like the bread is supposed to be wet and nasty and it's wonderful all at the same time. Marinara sauce. Yeah, dude. Put marinara sauce on a Chicago roast Italian beef sandwich with mozzarella. On a Philly cheesesteak, they dump Cheese Whiz on it? That's disgusting. I hate Cheese Whiz. Same thing with Heroes. You can't find one that's good unless it's a serious mom and pop authentic Greek restaurant. Amen to that. There are two categories of cheesesteaks. The type you get from a pizzeria and the type you get from a cheesesteak place. The pizzeria ones are still good, but not nearly as good. Well, sure, because they're not focused on it. This chat is making me hungry. Me too, man.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected.
Like, I'm going to need to eat something when I go offline tonight.
Cargo verified. Thank you. Decontaminating suit.
Also, holy shit, it's already almost 1 o'clock?
Check the terminal for available orders.
I don't care about the orders so much as I care about fabricating some spray. Is this? Yeah. Wait, orders for Sam. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Okay. I forgot to fabricate my stuff. Let's fabricate my stuff. Is a hot dog a sandwich? Oh my God, Derp. We have had this conversation on stream so many times, and my opinion is that a hot dog is a sandwich because it's a piece of meat between two pieces of bread. So yes, technically, it is. I've been meaning to say, I really appreciate that you use language that's inclusive on non-binary people on the regular. I'm cis, but I have lots of friends who aren't, so I take note of people who are courteous about that stuff. I make every effort to do that, Skog, because it's very important to me that everybody feels seen and included. And if I was to only speak in cis terms, that would do the opposite of that. So I appreciate you telling me that that means something to you, because not that I'd stop doing it or do it more, but I just, yeah, that's my goal, is to be as inclusive in my language as possible. Maybe some bio grenades just in case. Yeah, right. What about a taco? I feel like a taco is a taco, though, because it's a tortilla. I don't know that we consider tortillas to be like sandwich, but I can see why we would get into that conversation. Pineapple on pizza. See, we get that one a lot too. I've never had it, so. Fair enough, Bonnie. Chicago style pizza isn't pizza. Fight me? What? What? What is it then?
Weapons restrictions lifted.
But it's a bathtub. Technically human soup. See, here we go. We're just going full stream meta now. It's a casserole. That's actually not entirely incorrect as far as I'm concerned. M-Dash, hello. Good evening to you. I'm going to have to go through Mule Country. Why is he yelling, I'm Sam? Okay, whatever, Sam. I'm Sam. And I'm an idiot because I'm yelling while I'm in mule territory. Go this way. There's the road. Let's get up to the road. Oh no. I can't be doing this mule stuff. I can't be messing with mules while I got Krusty Krab pizza to deliver. So I may just have to walk a lonely road like my friends at Green Day told me to do. Is actually exactly what I'm gonna do. We're ditching the bike unless I can manage to get it up through here, which apparently I can because I'm a stud. Let's go. Nope. Okay. Get to the road, Sam. All right. If cheating occurs in a marriage, how likely is it to last despite that? Pit stick, it depends very much on the couple's willingness to communicate and commit to making the marriage work, and their ability to acknowledge, or I guess their willingness to acknowledge that in some ways the marriage will not be the same because of what happened, like that they're going to have to do some significant amount of work. If people can commit to that, people can get through affairs, and marriages can get through affairs, no problem. It's just really it's all about how the couple handles it post, and like what meaning they make out of it, stuff like that. So if you were going to tell me that the couple really was going to commit to saving their marriage post affair, I'd tell you they've got pretty good odds, so long as they are willing to really make an effort to engage in the process. If they are going to just kind of like hold the affair over each other's head, and they're not going to do the work, and they're going to just try to make it be what it was pre-affair, I'd tell you they're probably going to be in trouble. And it also depends on the value that people place on infidelity. Oh, I didn't realize that Undying was the only one that's a seasonal title. I thought Harbinger was a seasonal title. That makes me feel a lot better. Yeah, I didn't get the machine gun or the submachine gun. I only got Randy's. I love this bike. If someone builds it IRL, my mind will be blown. Yeah, this bike's pretty cool. I agree. Reminds me that my boyfriend told me yesterday he'd rather have me cheat on him than leave him. I was like, what?
If anyone's watching.
Now, there could be all sorts of reasons for him saying that. I won't speculate. Bike does. It reminds me of Tron as well. Harbinger's going to be hard, though. Pit of Heresy without dying, and in solo Pit of Heresy run. Plus tier 5 Altar of Sorrows without a single sacrifice. Yeah, that's the part that's why I don't have it. And affairs, yes. Affairs tend to be symptoms of issues. And usually an unwillingness to communicate directly about what a person wants in their relationship and is not feeling like they're getting enough of. Oh, shit. Holy crap. Thank you, Goof Off. How have I not done this at all? Holy crap. This is so much better. Holy crap.
Keep on keeping up.
BB really liked that. Can't say I blame him. I like that too. All right, Peter, where are you, buddy? Let's get this pizza. Over this rocky terrain. Man, this is making me... All that crazy terrain down south is making me appreciate the terrain up here so much more. Anthony, thank you very much for the host. I appreciate that. Goof Off, you have saved me some really awful situations in this game. I appreciate you. I'm going to go take a walk before bed. All right, Coder. Have a good night, dude. Appreciate you being here as always. Disconnected from the chiral network. Come here, Peter. I got your pizza, man. I am your pizza man, and I have your pizza, man. Let's do this. A lot of strands over there, so thank God I don't have to go that way. Pizza, pizza. Let's go. When you boost the bike's front two wheels close up and become one wheel. Neat. I didn't even notice that. All right. I got your pizza, Peter. What's up, man? It's like barely even rusty. Must be a hell of a case, too, for that to have stayed warm. Still warm.
Delivering cargo. Delivery complete. Displaying performance evaluation.
Displaying performance evaluation. Where's Peter? I want Peter to... What?
Thank you for your continued support.
You're welcome, but...
Good work.
Is that it? Oh, okay, Peter. That's some bullshit, man. Busted my ass for you. I need my validation. I need my likes. Effing Peter, man. I am feeling... Abandoned would suggest that he was present in the first place, Chico. He didn't even show up. Wow. I came all that way. I also ordered breadsticks. Oh, breadsticks sounds awesome. I feel frustrated, Chico. Frustrated with Peter for having me deliver that pizza, have me be so cognizant of my materials, and then not even be there. A dick. Peter's annoyed he didn't get his Diet Pepsi. Oh, he sent me an email. Okay. So wait, so maybe Peter just is struggling with some social anxiety. And so he's gonna affirm my order through email. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on this. I'm gonna put my experience aside. I'm gonna give Peter the benefit of the doubt for a second. And we're gonna go check my email when I get to Lake Knot City. Right, a nice Yelp review. We're good. The Chiral Network's finest pizza delivery man is me. $63,000 inhabitants? Wow. Oh, God. All right. I was trying to look at the wheel. Didn't work very well. I'm going to read the email. I'm kind of sad about that too, Skog. Does it even bother you how technology often ends up cutting out jobs? Yeah, it bothers me because we don't really do anything about it to enjoy the fruits of our labor with automation. I think automation's awesome if people can enjoy it instead of be threatened by it. Which is why there's talk about like universal basic income, because then we can enjoy the fruits of it.
You're a saint, Sam. Thank you.
Good morning, troublesome kitten. How are you this lovely morning?
Thank you for your contribution.
All right, activate. I just have orders to do, so I guess I didn't really need to be here. Where's the spray? There it is. Okay. Point backwards. Is it even doing anything? I'm pretty sure I just wasted this entire bottle like an idiot. All right, we're reading the email. Mail from Peter. Here we go. My dear Mr. Bridges, please accept my humblest apologies and my most heartfelt thanks. Once again, your incomparable pizza delivery skills have been put to the proof and found unimpeachable in every regard. Thumbs up. Do forgive us if we seem ungrateful. The visiting couple, twin souls of decorum as they are, were desperate to present themselves to you in holographic form that they might express their heartfelt appreciation. Regretfully, they are hopeless novices in matters of the technological, and as I myself was away procuring vital supplies, I was unable to rectify the situation on their behalf. These circumstances conspired to produce the most unfortunate of outcomes yet again. A thankless end to the onerous and entirely bothersome task. If it is of any consolation, the pizza was divine, and holy hell. Hello, Zine. Hello, friends of Zine, and people coming along with the raid. My goodness. Ecto and Beaming and Gojira and Odd Dragon. Oh, I'm going to try to read all these. There's going to be so many of them. Zine, hello. To those who don't know who I am, I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist in Illinois. I have a PhD in human development. You are now in game sessions with a therapist, which is where I play games, chat with amazing people, and talk about mental health, therapy, psychology. I do this channel to try to destigmatize mental health and to destigmatize therapy and make mental health information more accessible. So I appreciate all you being here through the raid. Zine, as always, I am a huge fan of Zine. I love Zine. He's great, and I know he does wonderful things for his community. FM Prod, Greasy Goose, Rainbow Tea Kitty, Tomcat, Bits Baby Girl, Clouds9 Rainbow, Dre's, Ginger Snap. Thank you for the follows. I appreciate those. I stream usually 5 days a week, and yeah, we talk about mental health and stuff. So feel free to ask me anything you want to know. I don't do therapy on stream, but I do a lot of talking about therapy on stream. I also have a Discord where all these beautiful people are there to support each other while I'm offline. There's also resources and all sorts of fun stuff there. And my YouTube channel has daily mental health tidbits if you are interested in that, as well as mental health lectures and all sorts of fun stuff. I do various mental health related segments, and I also just I play games. So, been a lifelong gamer. Pop Sunny, N Wilder, Star, Poker Hat, Hal. Thank you for the follows and for sticking through the raid. I know it's hard to stick through raids sometimes. So, welcome in. Feel free to @ me if you want to get my attention directly. I know some streamers don't like that. I am totally fine with that. If you need to get my attention, that's a good way to do it. So, welcome in. Zine, how was your stream? I saw you were on the front page. It was good stuff. Streamers who get mad that you want to talk to them don't deserve your views, in my opinion. I agree. It's what I'm here for, is to be talked to. Which game are you playing? So I am playing a game called Death Stranding. For those who aren't familiar with it, it's a game created by Hideo Kojima, who did the Metal Gear games. This is his first game post Metal Gear. I'm a glorified delivery man trying to reconnect America in a post-apocalyptic world. It's a very confusing storyline. It's a walking simulator. I was just reading an email from somebody who I delivered a pizza to, who was not able to thank me for it when I delivered it to him, despite the fact that I traversed a ridiculous amount of land and went through tons of rain and adversity in order to get the pizza to him. And he wasn't there to greet me when I turned it in. But then he sent me an email telling me that he was thankful and gave me the reasons why. But this is a game that really makes it easy for me to focus on chat, because the primary thing that I do when I stream is pay attention to chat and making sure that I am keeping up with all of you and having all sorts of conversations with you guys. So the game is fun, but the game for me is generally background fodder while I'm talking with everybody that's here. And truly, the community that's here is incredible. Precious Puppy, I don't know if I thanked you for the follow, but thank you. Same thing with Sanria and Blue Nova. I appreciate all of you. Reconnect. That's right. Reconnect America one package at a time. So, this game is the perfect hangout game. It really is, Tomcat. It really is. Hello, Hello Kitty. But Zine is so kind to share his community with me, and I don't take that for granted, dude. It means a lot that you are willing to do that and introduce so many people to me. It's lovely to meet you. Seriously, for all of you who are hanging out here, it's such a pleasure. We have a lot of fun here. Seriously, this community is awesome. You can talk about whatever. All I ask is that everybody be respectful and be curious. I'm big on reminding everybody here that you matter and that the way that you feel and your experiences that you have are always valid. That's part of a motto I say when I sign off every night. But generally, I stream at 11:30 p.m. Central Time. Except for on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I will occasionally stream during the day. So, you're big on reminding us we matter. I can see how that... I can see... I see what you did there, Zine. Nice. Nice. I love it. It makes a lot of sense why you would try to use that today, Zine. Is there like an easy mode for people who aren't good at fighting because it looks cool? I want to give it a go, but I hate normal shooter fighting games. Yeah, there is an easy setting, Devout. I'm playing on normal, and honestly, that's pretty simple. I would imagine easy mode makes this a lot easier. The bike does have some bounce. We were just debating hot days, pizza, and Philly cheesecake. We were indeed. We talk a lot about food in here. I'm currently trying to climb this giant mountain, and I am not entirely sure how to do it effectively. I'm supposed to go through these various encampments, but I don't know if I have done everything that I need to do in order to effectively climb the mountain, so we're gonna find out tonight while we chat. But luckily I don't have pizza I have to deliver anymore, because I was delivering pizza earlier and it was a pain in the ass. So BT is probably easier to escape from. Yeah, oh, certainly. Well, now that I don't have pizza to worry about either. But yeah, to all of you who have never seen this game before, it's pretty fun. It's kind of polarizing. Certain people don't like how much downtime there is, because you can just make deliveries indefinitely. But I love just how much of this you can just mindlessly play, have a good time, chat with people. It's awesome. 100%. Yeah, like I'm a glorified UPS man, which is pretty great. Gives me a lot of empathy for my local pizza men, the men and women and non-binary folks that work in the U.S. Postal Service. It's just nice. It's a good way to like preoccupy and watch something while we all chat about really cool stuff. So thanks for the smiles. My migraine's getting worse. I'm going to cover my eyes. Oh, do what you got to do. Migraines suck beautifully, Broken Doll. I'm really glad you're here, though. Seriously, to all of you who, you know, like introduced yourselves and have followed and have stuck through the raid, I seriously appreciate so much that you all stuck through the raid. It's really hard to do. I've been there. I know that sticking through a raid is like, you know, not everybody does it. So the fact that so many of you have been willing to do that and sit here and hang out with me and get to know me and get to, or even if you're lurking, I just want to let you know I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're gonna
Ella, so good to see you. Wolf and Apple Guy, thank you very much for the follows. I've just been here reading the rules and disclaimer. Hello. Basically, all that says is that this stream is not a therapy service. So I do not do therapy on stream. I only do therapy with people who have a service agreement with me. Really, the only thing I ask is really that you just be respectful and kind and curious.
Hey, you're gonna love this.
Savannah, thank you very much for the follow. Zine, such a troll. You know, K-Girl's not here, so I could say the S word if I wanted to. Snarky, thank you for coming out of lurk to even say that. I don't take that for granted either. But whether you lurk, I have a lot of people that lurk. That's totally okay. Again, I do have a Discord. The Discord is over 500 people strong. Lots of amazing people in there. There's different resource channels. There's support channels. There's a Just Need event channel where you can say whatever you need to say without ever having to worry about being responded to or people having an agenda. Resources. All of my mental health clips are in there. Interviews I've done. I also do certain segments like where I help viewers find a therapist in their area. I'm also willing to do that behind the scenes. I don't always do that on stream.
But no cargo worth mentioning.
But I'm doing well, Ella. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Lobby's a delight. You just got a poker with. Wait, what are you talking about, Zed? I'm so confused. Jump on the floating thingy? What floating thingy? I'm about to... Oh, riding floating characters. Oh, I'm not going to do that yet. We're about to climb this mountain, though. I'm pretty sure this is where I got to go. Is this reminding you of home here, Victoria? I really hope I'm not missing something going to this outpost, by the way. Like, something tells me... Lobby's pronoun is them, but I slip on it because I knew them prior to trans. Oh. Got you. Okay. Thank you for the clarification. We're going to ride the carrier down the mountain on the way back. Absolutely. I'm actually starting therapy, I think, this week. Sort of timely finding this. Well, I give you a lot of credit for that, Rainbow. That's awesome that you are going. By the way, if you're interested, I did it's from a long time ago. It's from over a year ago. All right, so the stream aesthetic's a lot different, but I actually did a mental health topic night on what to expect from your first therapy session and things to consider before you go into your first session. I highly recommend watching that to anybody who's thinking about going to therapy or might be having a first session coming up, of what to expect, what to ask, things to be aware of what might happen, what kind of questions they may ask of you, stuff like that. It can be really helpful to know what you're going into, because therapy can be pretty scary, especially if you've never done it before. So yeah, feel free to watch that. It's kind of dated. I need to do an updated one just because, yeah, you could see how green I am at streaming when I was doing that, but... Yeah, the audio's different. I mean, there's a lot that's changed in the last year. I'm okay, I guess. My relative version of okay anyway. My therapist had a cancellation list appointment on Friday, and I'm so glad. Well, I'm glad you were able to get in. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and pass time. 10 minutes have passed. Hopefully the rain goes away. Nope, the weather is not cleared, but we're going to go ahead and wait again then. I'm kind of between therapists right now. Last one said he's reached the limit of help he can give in something not his specialty. Ah. That's a bummer when that happens. Was he able to give you referrals, Mega? First time therapy sessions are scary, but so worth it. Yeah, I mean, they can really be... They can really be terrifying. I mean, they're nerve-wracking for the therapist too, but our nervousness is not as important as the nervousness of the client. Oh boy. This is a 12 weeks guided therapy, which I've never done before though. Ah, yeah, okay. That could feel a little bit different because it's a little bit more like structured. Whereas some therapists is a little more off the cuff. I have a feeling I'm just going to have to like wiggle my way through here. Fought against seeing a counselor therapist for too long, so I was pretty bad when I finally caved in. I regret nothing. Helped me so much. I'm so glad to hear that, San. That's what we're here for. Honestly, finding the right fit of therapist is the thing that's most important. If you can find somebody who you've got a good relationship with and you feel safe and comfortable with, that's going to go such a long way in terms of how successful therapy is going to be. My therapist was amazing during my suicidal time in my life. She helped me so much to gain confidence to eliminate the situation I was in, and I'm forever grateful for her. That's so cool and Wilder. And I appreciate you sharing that. I always love hearing like therapy success stories, although I'm always open to hearing when therapy didn't go so well either. But I love when people have great experiences in therapy because it can be such a impactful thing on a person's life. And it's an honor to be a therapist and to be able to have some influence on that as well. I've gone through, I think, 5 or 6 therapists. It's been a journey. It can be that as well. Once you find the right fit, awesome. He gave referrals. I just don't have any appointments lined up. Gotcha. Okay. My best friend came with me into every appointment for 6 months to help control my anxiety. That's so cool. What a good friend, Ella. That's awesome. Do you think there's a time limit to a therapeutic relationship? I knew someone with the same person for over 7 years. What do you mean by time limit, Chico? Like should a person be in therapy? Like, is there a time limit on how long a person should be in therapy? Because I've known people that have been in therapy with the same therapist for most of their life, for like 20 years. And I honestly don't think that that's necessarily... Oh, no. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. I'm in trouble. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. Oh, God. Oh, God. Panda, that's okay. You don't ever have to apologize for being in and out. That sounds awful that you're having to deal with being sick. The same counselor with the same counselor. Yeah, absolutely, Chico. I mean, so here's the thing is it doesn't usually, I don't know if this is the case for the person you're talking about, but sometimes people are like, they'll see a therapist for over a long period of time, but it won't be weekly. Like, it could be where they stop and go. I mean, I have some people that I've been seeing for almost 3 years now, but haven't necessarily seen them weekly for the whole 3 years. I mean, if you've got a therapist that you can really trust and you feel comfortable with, you holding on to it can be really important. Loving the stream already. I'm a huge psych nerd and I love Twitch and never would have thought to put the two together. It's amazing. That's what I'm here to do, Cloud9. I was sitting around last, August and September 2018. And I had this thought of like, there are a lot of streamers that have to say to their viewers, I'm not a therapist. I don't really know what to say about that. And I was like, hey, I am a therapist, so I could answer some stuff. I can use Twitch to try to reach people and give them information they wouldn't otherwise have. So that's why I do this. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad all of you are here. The community is what makes this place so incredible. Like, yeah, I'm here and I facilitate it and I chat and I'm the common ground, but this would not be as amazing as it's been over the last 15 months without how amazing the people that are here are. That's so cool, Ella. I ended up finding out from biofeedback that my problems are mostly brain related, so talk therapy wasn't helping me, so that's why I went through like 6. Okay, that makes sense. That's really cool that you're able to do biofeedback and figure that out, Atomic. That's one of the benefits of biofeedback, is to be able to see what's going on. My wife is also a therapist, and she does biofeedback. Doesn't help that I have stomach cancer, so the flu can literally send me into the pit. Like, my intestines can actually rupture. Oh, my God. Yeah, that's scary then. I mean, obviously you are, but I hope you're doing everything you can to take care of yourself, because that's scary, Panda. Finding the right therapist is tough. I think that big rock must be important. Yeah, streamers who say that was one of the things that came to mind when you said you're a therapist. Yeah. There's lots of them. What is biofeedback? Biofeedback is basically... I'll explain this really quickly. I'm going to pause the game while I explain this. So biofeedback is where a therapist will put these cool little things on your finger. And sometimes they'll put the little like patches on some different parts of your body. And basically, biofeedback is designed to track your physiological response to a stressor, such as like anxiety. And you get to actually watch your anxiety in real time. And you get to see what your body is doing, where your heart rate is, where your skin conductance is, all these sorts of things. And then what the therapist will do is they will bring in a stimulus that the person experiences as stressful. And then you learn to regulate like your breathing and to engage in certain behaviors that are going to help you work through the anxiety and the physiological response. And then you get to watch the impact of that. So it gets like gamified. So for example, my wife does this thing where it's this game where you're driving this car and you're watching your breath. And then you're watching like your heart rate and stuff. And as you're regulating your breath, it's driving the car. And the car drives successfully for so long as you are regulating your breath with the biofeedback sensor. And if you start to not do that, then the car starts to drive off the rails. So your whole goal is to keep the car driving. It's very calming. And the therapist is really facilitating that. So it's pretty cool. That's what biofeedback is. Mega. I was in therapy for a year before I was able to leave therapy, but I'm not back in along with my husband. We see ours monthly just for mental health. My husband is a social anxiety, and I have PTSD from domestic violence from years ago with an ex. So even after years, we still go to therapy and to vent and prosper our mental state. Yeah, and that's awesome. I wish everybody could have a therapist they trust to be able to do that. My psychiatrist was talking about a somatic therapist that she went to talk by. Can you explain what a somatic therapist is? So a somatic is referring to like bodily sensation, Ella. So a somatic therapist is likely going to be somebody who is really helping you pay attention to the physical sensations in your body and helping you connect that to your emotional experience. Something that I've talked about before is that I experience anxiety. When I'm anxious, I feel pain behind my eyes. And I will often squint and rub my eyes a lot. So I have learned that if I start doing this a lot, that is a physiological thing that I'm doing that tells me I'm probably anxious. Some people feel like sadness and tightness in different parts of their bodies. And so being able to connect that to your emotional experience can be really helpful because you can identify what emotion you're experiencing and you can also learn like how to regulate it. So that would be my best guess at what a somatic therapist is going to be, Ella. I should go back to finding one after I stopped my previous one, but just so much anxiety about it. Well, Raylan, if you need help with that, you can DM me on Discord, and I am happy to help people find a therapist in their area. I've had people reach out to me via DM on Discord, and I will work to find somebody in your area. I'll do my best. So that is something I'm willing to do, and I do that for free. Last one I went to told me that connecting to people on the internet, Twitch, and Discord is not real. Yikes. I'm sorry that you were told that. Troublesome. I had ones connected to my finger on the back of my head, connected to my brain, changing the frequencies of my brain. Interesting. Yeah, there's different levels of intensity with biofeedback. I'd start panicking if that car is veering off and make it worse. So yeah, if that was the case, then the biofeedback therapist would probably use something else. Oh no. Did I F this up? I'm really worried I F this up. Return the defective Chiral printer cartridges. Those are standard orders. So, oh man, goof off if you're still here. Did I mess something up? Because I don't want to keep running up the mountain and then have to go all the way back down. So the breathing regulation really helped me tons. It's what I used to learn all the time. Yes, well, doing the breathing stuff is a way to engage your parasympathetic nervous system. So when we have anxiety responses, biologically, usually our sympathetic nervous system gets engaged. Regulating your breathing is a way to be able to re-engage your parasympathetic nervous system, which is a counterbalance to your to the sympathetic response. I know I tremble when I discuss something I'm passionate about. I do too, Mega. Is biofeedback expensive? Cloud9, it depends on the therapist. Usually biofeedback is done in short bursts, though. So it's usually only like 3 to 5 sessions where you learn the skills, you engage in the biofeedback, and then you go back to normal talk therapy. What is the psychology behind puberty? I don't know that there's one specific psychology behind puberty, Titan. I mean, we go through I mean, our psychology can be affected significantly by puberty because we're going through all sorts of hormonal changes and stuff like that. But I don't quite know how else to answer that question. Mr. Ickes, how old am I? I am 29. I will be 30 years old in February. I know I look like I'm 19. I earned my PhD when I was 27 years old. That's another question I get a lot. Oh my God, there are boulders falling down this mountain.
Not bad.
So 29 for a few more months. The back of my brain is faster than it's supposed to be, and the front of my brain is slower than it's supposed to be, and my brain's frequencies are basically the opposite of what they're supposed to be. Huh. So, like, are we talking like your cerebellum? Or are we talking like your prefrontal cortex is slower? I'm guessing that's what you mean by back and front. I don't trust easily. My last therapist literally told me cancer isn't real and that I just needed to grow up. Like, I was oh my God. Panda, I am so sorry to hear that you had to hear that from somebody. That's terrible. What? Cancer isn't real. Like, they just said broad sweeping strokes. Cancer's not real. It's not a thing. My God. You are not alone in the trembling thing, Mega. If I get really jacked up about something, I will tremble when I'm passionate about it. Yes. Does one become less empathetic as they become older? Not necessarily. I'd say you become less empathetic if you aren't making an effort to be empathic. Like, you need to make an effort to do it. It does get harder when you get older to shift your expectations of people. But whether that makes it harder to empathize or not, I'm not familiar with anything that has ever said that that aging makes empathy go away. I think people have a capacity for empathy throughout their life. The only thing I've been able to nail down is the lump in my throat when I'm talking about something that's difficult to talk about. My right eye twitches when I'm about to cry. Well, see, but that's already learning something, Ella. That's so cool. It's a very nice boulder. Very nice boulder. Whoa, now you feel so impressive to me, Dr. Mick. What do you mean, Raylan? Well, I mean, thank you. But what did I do? What did I do? I'm just being me. They said it's a made-up thing that psychopaths use. A therapist said that to you, Panda? I'm too empathic. I tend to attract friends who mostly just want to use me. So, Rainbow, I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't think there's such a thing as being too empathic. I think being empathic is really cool because it shows that we're willing to empathize with people. Like, or Jesus, stupid. I just used the definition. Okay, it shows that we're willing to, like, be there for people and validate their experiences and really try to get to know who they are and what they're experiencing. I do think that strong amounts of empathy, this isn't just about you, Rainbow, this is in general, strong empathy and being somebody who is particularly sensitive to other people's experiences usually is healthy when it's combined with clear, flexible, good boundaries. Boundaries tend to be what get people in trouble, not empathy itself. Again, not saying that's you specifically, Rainbow, just in general. I'm only 26. It's hard for me to change my opinion on someone.
Hey,
sure. Goten, Mega Mine, Blue Moonlight, Vivity. Thank you very much for the follows. I appreciate that. What's the name of the outpost way station you're trying to get to and activate? I'm trying to get up the mountain. Like, this is another cremator. But I have a feeling that I missed something because I'm supposed to go up the mountain. And if I recall last night, it told me that I needed to take this one path up the mountain to get over here. Like, I'm supposed to go basically like up to here, but I don't have any deliveries to take me up there. I'm just a little bit older than you are, but it feels like you're so much more accomplished than I am. I've just maybe had more school. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily more accomplished. We all have our accomplishments in life. Comparing doesn't really do us any good. I'm sure there are things you've accomplished that I have never accomplished, Raylan. So it's all relative. I've accomplished things in my life. You've accomplished things in yours. Everybody else here has accomplished things in their life. I appreciate the compliment. I do. And I do recognize that I do have some accomplishments, absolutely, but that's all relative. Doesn't make me any better of a person than anybody here just because I have a PhD and because I'm a therapist. A licensed therapist told me that to my face. That's horrible, Panda. I'm so sorry you had that experience. Good night, Mega. Thank you for being here. Been here for a while since the Zine raid. Goat and I appreciate you sticking around and hanging out. All of you that have stuck around. Seriously, it baffles me that so many people stick around. And I really do appreciate it. I know I've said that a lot, but like seriously, it means so much to me that you guys stuck through the raid and have hung out and given me a chance. It's legit taking me a year to work out those two feelings. Like I genuinely don't understand what I'm feeling apart from being depressed or hopeless. It's been so long since I've felt any good emotions that the first time I had one, I went straight to my therapist and was like, I think I'm having a psychotic break. I just don't feel like feeling anything. My therapist, that's not a psychotic break. That's a good mood. Yeah, Ella. If you're not used to an experience, even feeling a quote unquote good emotion can be pretty anxiety provoking if it's not something you're used to. Gamer, if you do that, I would really appreciate it, honestly. You will get deliveries for the way station and then the Knot City when it's time. So, do I need to stop walking in this direction then? I love how you make the game smaller to talk to. I love how you make the game smaller to talk to us. Yep, that's my. Whenever I'm trying to make a real point about something or like talking directly, yeah, that's what that's for. Like I say, I'm here for chat more than I'm here for the game. The game's just something I do in the background. Do schools do a good job of teaching kids empathy? If not, how could they do better? It would depend on the school, Titan. I mean, I can't make a broad sweeping statement about it, but I would say if we want to teach kids how to empathize, we have to teach kids first to be uncomfortable with the fact that not everybody's going to feel the same way that they do, and then teach them actual skills for one, naming their emotions, how to use iMessages, how to state what your emotional experience is, how to be in touch with what's going on in your body. And then I think whenever a kid is, helping kids try to guess, hey, what do you think that other kid is feeling right now? That's a really good way to teach kids empathy. Kids have an immense capacity for empathy. All right, Bonnie, have a good one. Thank you for being here as always. I hope the rest of your day is awesome. Yeah, Ella, that's a common experience. Anna Marie, hello. One thing I've always had trouble with is knowing when to stop only looking for the good in someone if I ever do stop looking for the good in someone at all. I don't know. I mean, I think looking for the good in people is great. If a person constantly is letting us down and is breaking our boundaries and it's distressing to do that, then I think it's time to self-evaluate. I just had all my meds changed again because of dependency on one and the others losing their efficacy. Yeah, medication management is not fun.
Come on, Sammy boy.
You'll know when I'm getting tired because I slowly lose the ability to multitask. That's true. I got a little shot of adrenaline when Zine brought the raid here, so normally I would be gone by now, but I got a little boost. So I'm grateful for that. You don't need to go that way yet, and when you do, you don't have to follow the road. You can go over the mountain from any direction you want, but it's difficult in some areas. Oh, all right, well, I'm going to walk back then. I just don't... Gamer, I think Goof Off's got me covered. When I get anxious, I tend to scratch my arms or legs. I haven't been able to control the anxiety attacks or the panic I get seeing someone who looks like my abusive brother. It's so hard to just live with all the trauma and BS going on. I can imagine it is, Panda. Trauma's a bitch to navigate and deal with. And that's why I know it's hard to find a therapist because you've had some bad experience with therapists. But that's, again, I'll do my best to hopefully find somebody that'll match you.
Let's go.
So when's a good time to stop looking for the good in a friend or relationship? I was raised to believe that everyone has the ability to be a good person when it's causing distress. If that person's taking advantage of your boundaries, if that person's manipulating it, if that person's using it for their own advantage and not reciprocating, if it's give, and there's no reciprocation of giving, I think then it's time to evaluate. As soon as I finish repaying this friend who I borrowed from, I'm cutting off. I've never borrowed and not repaid before. He knows I'm good to repay him, but he stopped being nice to me or friendly. That sucks. Tired of having a friend who's there for me when he needs something but is not when I do. Exactly. There you go, Rainbow. I try to help both my teenagers understand and empathize with people who don't want to do so with. I just realized that I've been seeing my therapist for 4 years, and that blows my mind. Yeah. That's what we're here for. What made you get into psychology? If it's too personal. Oh, no, I'm happy to answer, Anna Marie. I got into psychology. I was originally an advertising major, and then I had a professor my freshman year who was a retired couple and family therapist, which is the type of therapist that I am. And I kind of got annoyed with advertising, and it wasn't for me. But he was really awesome, and I realized that when I was in middle school and high school, back in the days of AOL Instant Messenger, I was basically the therapist for like a ton of people in my class on AOL Instant Messenger. I used to stay up till like 2 or 3 a.m. talking to people about their relationships, their problems, all sorts of stuff. And there were people that I would pass in the hallways in high school that we would never talk in real life. We would never acknowledge each other at school, but I knew everything about them. And I realized that people must have been doing that because I was either good at it or they felt comfortable enough or whatever. And so then when I realized that I could make a career out of that, I made a swap to psychology and then became fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by human development. That's why my PhD is in human development and like kind of the way the brain works, the way that we learn. I love learning theory, stuff like that. So I got into it because it was just it's a chance now as a therapist for me to learn different aspects of what it is to be human that I would never otherwise be able to learn. So people tell me things and people talk to me about their process and how they come to the conclusions they come to, why they are the way they are, why they like what they like, why they do what they do. And it's stuff that I might not have otherwise been exposed to. So that's what keeps me going. But I love my job and I love what I do. It's a lot of fun. So that's why I do this, because I want people to see that not all therapists are these buttoned up hoity-toity people, that we also can look like this and can be approachable and do care. We're not 99.5% of the therapists you are ever going to meet are doing it because they love people and they want to help, not because they want people to be in trouble. Like there's this horrible myth that goes around about therapists that we want people to be struggling because then we keep our jobs. My job's to work myself out of one. People need us at different points in life. And I would happily trade my profession if everybody felt better. Like if everybody was kinder and felt loved and seen and overall had goodwill and positive regard toward everybody else, and I didn't have to do my job anymore, I'd happily find something else to do. Yeah, goof off. AOL Instant Messenger was where it was at. Like, I would spend hours on it. My parents at like 9 o'clock would go to bed and they'd say, "Not too late, Ryan. Not too late." I'd be like, okay. And then I'd be up till 3. And then I'd wake up at 6 and go to school. I'm so happy to have found this channel. What other types of games do you play? So I play a lot of Destiny 2. Destiny is the game that I started doing the stream with. It's the one that I've played the most. So Destiny...
Hey, you're gonna love this.
But this is the one I've been playing a lot lately because of how easy it is for me to chat with everybody. By the way, Coop the Gamer, Goten, and Holy Knight, thank you very much for the follows. But I also play, every once in a while I do Jackbox Party Pack nights with the community. Those are a lot of fun. I've played Dead by Daylight with Zine. Some of you may have met me on Friday when we did that. I played through Detroit Become Human. I played through Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. I play through certain story games, but I try to play games where I can chat with everybody and mindlessly play the game. And Death Stranding and Destiny have been really good for that. Anu, thank you very much for the follow. And Sane Complex, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate that a lot. Hello, Virtual Anarchy. I hope you're well also. Also, I'm happy you found the channel too, Rainbow. It's nice to meet you. It's nice to meet all of you. And I'm so glad that all of you are here. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you for sharing. You're definitely a godsend to a lot of people. Thank you for all that you do. That is incredibly kind of you to say, Anna. And I don't take that for granted. And thanks for saying that. I'm doing what I can. If I can reach, I mean, to me, if I can help one person feel more seen and heard and validated and more comfortable going to therapy and seeking out therapy and talking about their mental health, I've done my job. And that's why that's why I do this. And I am still up, Coder. I got raided by Zine and it gave me an adrenaline shot. And oh my God, this BT's gonna get me. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. Hellblade is amazing. I agree. I'm gonna tell you another reason you're doing a great job, even though I just got here. Night is when I usually start getting anxious and in my head, and I always wish I could talk to my therapist, and here you are. Well, hey, if I could make going to sleep a little bit easier and help ease some of your anxiety just by being here, I'm glad. I've had people tell me that they fall asleep to my voice sometimes, and I'm okay with that. Let's see. But yeah, Pixel Pops, thank you for the follow. Again, I know I never know how often to say these things, but seriously, if you like the mental health stuff and you like these little tidbits that I'm throwing out in response to questions, you will like my YouTube channel. Every day at noon Central Time, I release a video that's anywhere between 30 seconds to a minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes ish. That's just a quick little mental health tidbit that's been cut from the stream. And I really love doing those. And it's kind of just a chance for you, you know, you can learn something every day, and it's super quick and easy to take in. And I also have like mental health topic lectures and stuff on there as well, so that there's like I did a mental health topic lecture a while back on panic attacks, reassurance seeking behaviors. I've talked about how to set healthy boundaries and how to respond to boundaries when they're healthy. Stuff like that. So there's lots of good stuff there. So I really, you should check it out if you like the mental health side of things.